Okay, let's get started. He says, "V'achar kach pam cheres shematech b'mena ba'ofen acher." So we're trying to understand the differences or the reasons for the Rabeinu Tam Tefillin. So v'hu zeh. So this is what it is. V'hu zeh ha'terer shenivar Adar b'ezras Hashem. So this is the idea here. V'amarchu mosif shesham b'macharach v'bir noisif v'shlishim b'tam achiluk shebein tefillah the Rasha Tefillin the Rabeinu Tam. Menira alachanias daiti v'tevus elum is galis avanusenu anvasnuso. So he says the Tiv writes. So here you see the humility. V'shifluso shal marchu. See, he said shezech b'derek b'farish haderek arishon and nizkar the lefi haderek hashlish is because now we have a third way to understand what's playing over here with the Rabeinu Tam Tefillin is bar l'chalon, and we're going to get into this, and he has some detail on this too. Tizbar nami haderek arishon is la'el. V'lo poligi b'ofen sheshnei habiurim lo poligi zechel nimzeh. The truth is, according to this third one, that the two shitos are really not arguing; they're not exclusive. But they actually explain each other. And the truth is that these two paths are true. But according to the third way, which is what the Rav is explaining now, he says, then you're going to understand that. Yuvan sheshitas Rashi and then nachlechas in shitas Rabeinu Tam. It's not a machlokes. V'shtei chasvaros heim divrei elokim chayim. V'shtei chasvaros heim shal Rashi v'heim shal Rabeinu Tam. Heim divrei elokim chayim v'shnechem muchrachim b'davka. So this is interesting fact here. Shelo k'divrei choshvim shesvaros achas hi ha'emet v'achira b'teila. So we're not thinking like that. V'lo ka'osam sovrim Lashitas Rashi, he says, "Ein metzias the Tefillin the Rabeinu Tam. If you hold one, you don't hold the other. V'shita Rabeinu Tefillin the Rashi. That's not true. Chalila mila'amin davazeh. Ki chalila belona melachash v'bela'amin shel shlitas Rashi chaz v'sholem shel shitas Rashi. That according to Rashi, v'teilah shitas Rabeinu Tam v'shlitas v'shitas Rabeinu Tam chaz v'sholem v'teilah shitas Rashi. As zugos mesafek, so that we put them on because we don't know which one is which. So as the time now, we're all waiting for this. Because actually he puts them on both together. So this will put everything in the right order. So he said, and in a lot of different places, so he said, 4 from Abba. Shehem choch b'bina chasadim v'gevurus the das the Abba. V'chein hum b'kabel arba b'mochim b'tzad ima shehem choch b'bina v'chasadim v'gevurus the das the ima. Omen amochin the Abba yotz in Tefillin, and from the mochin the Abba comes out the Tefillin. 1 second. The Tefillin, the Abba, tzad tzar ma'od is very, very narrow place. Tzad the yuso tzarech lihikone b'sod the ima. So let me see if I got that right. He says the yos hayisod the Abba tzar ma'od. So since the yisod of Abba is very narrow, it's constricted. L'tzad he yusach b'tzarek, and that's just its nature. Tzarek lihikone b'yisod the ima. It has to go inside of the yisod of ima. So I guess it is that for that purpose it's going to be narrow. I guess it's the vichoch ein lochem b'machem the kabel b'lahakil b'sochom chazach chasad v'gevuros yachdav. So since it's like that. And we'll hold there for a second. Let's see if I got this lined up good. Okay. Let's go to Kuf Nun. He says, so we said that here's a situation. I'm not sure what she's talking about. Let's go back up to the second line from the top. It says the ficha ein lo makom lakabel v'lahaka b'socher as a chasadim v'gavurus yachtov. So therefore, since it's so narrow, there's no room for it to have both of them in there at the same time. Now, this is, to me, seems like a very convoluted idea we're about to get to, but it's like I said, there's a richos here. Now they're coming in to be mislavish there. So the first thing is the chasadim the das come in. So why would that be? So what is going to be the line of chesed? It's on a higher level. I don't know what it means, what he means exactly by that, but that's what he says. It's a greater light, or something is more valuable. So now that the Yechosadim came into the Yesod of Abba, then once you have that, then coming in behind it is going to be the Gevuros. And since this place is very narrow, the understanding that Abba is going to be inside of Ima. So he says, I'm trying to picture this. You can't have them both together the same. So it pushes the chasadim downwards. And the Yesod the Abba. So as the Gevuras now coming into the Yesod, this narrow place of the Yesod the Abba, as a chasadim the Mata, they push the Yesodos that were there out or downwards. Because and now the Gevuras are, Gevuros. So then they come out from the Yesod of Abba, they go out from there. So in other words, it went out. It's out, so the Chasadim are out. So they don't really actually mamis go out. But even if you say they come out of the Yesod of Abba, but they don't go out completely. So they came out of the Yesod because what? They're inside of the Yesod of Ima. That we said before. Wait a minute. This gets complicated. He says that I'm thinking that you're in the head. This was hard for me to get this exactly. You're in the head. It's entering into the head. And now he comes and he says, "Shaharin is barbat slendisha yisod the abba mispashit ad yisod the zah." It goes all the way in to the yisod of Zeranpin. Yisod the abba mispashta mispashet besocha gufa the zah. So it goes through the gufa the zah. His pashtuzoki ad siyum yisod the zah. Of a makom siyum yisod the zah in that same place. Sham mamish mistaim yisod the abba. So that's the same place the yisod the abba stopped. So since they end up at the same place equally, he said, so it's not possible for them to go out of the Yesod of Zeranpin. So you can't say, since they're the two of them, I guess he's saying since they're the two of them together, it blocks it up. So they can't get out. Since they, and then they would have no levush at all. But now you're down at the bottom of Zeranpin, and this is a place where the Chitzonim could get a hold of it. So that's not what we're talking about. Let's hope. Let's see if I can figure this out. The Mashin is so now you push the what we said, those words. You push this out. Bira Inyan who the Inyan is explained this way. Ki ata be'ez kandisis rosh yisod the abba berosh zer anpin. So now you have now you're back up at the head again. Right? So I guess that point about going down to the Yesod of Zer Anpin was to show you something. So try to figure out what it is exactly. But now he's switching over to the head. Ki'ata ve'es. Okay, so, I'm finding this is very interesting. It's like chasing something. It's like on the hunt, like investigating something and try to figure out what this third shita is. So he says in Kuf Sama Gimel, it said, Ki ata be'ez kandisis rosh, rosh yisod abba b'rosh zer anpin, but now we are in the head of zer anpin. Ki ata be'ez shemaschila manai the abba lehikana bezan. Now we're just at that moment. Az yisod the abba maskil lehikana b'rosh shel zah. So fine. Atahu sheyotzin l'chutz. That's the place where they go out. For us, yotzin amochim ha'oros l'chutz, the lights go out from that place. Besod hatfillin, which is the tefillin. So as the mochim come in, and we have he's going to mention this thing about Eric Anpin too. For him, bokim b'metz and zer anpin. So now they come in, they break out of Eric Anpin. V'na'asin tefillin b'reisha dezah, and they become the male tefillin, which is the tefillin of Abba on the head of Abba. I guess it would be, relatively speaking. And then after that, it spreads all the way through Zer Anpin. When it's all the way down there, down to the Yesod of Zer Anpin, the whole thing comes into the body of Zer Anpin. Oz ein hadavar came, because things change then. Oz hamochim v'ha'oros einem mispashtim b'derek, so they don't go that way. Other Kamosha Yizbar Be'ezet Hashem, but like we're going to explain with God's help, his pashtu, so he be'ofen acher kafish Yizboyer. So I guess this is a good place to stop. And so that's it for today. Thank you for learning with me.